this would be our perfect time to hear speeches from our speakers for today. With the Toastmaster Jem Reyes with a speech titled Equal Opportunity Amidst the COVID-19 Pandemic. Toastmaster Jem Reyes. Abigyan po.
Hi, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. COVID-19 coronavirus has affected day-to-day life, and it's slowing down the global economy. This pandemic has affected thousands of people who are either sick or are being killed due to the spread of diseases. Apparently, we were not exempted of the significant effect of this pandemic. As the academic director and dean of the Filipino Institute, Bahrain, for almost 2 years, this is the period of the most trying time in my career life. We in the academe also experienced the downside, which caused tremendous result in all aspects of life, especially the Filipinos in Bahrain. However, I never give up on my mission to serve. Instead, I found a better and mega-trend solutions to uphold the opportunities of learning despite of the challenges brought by the pandemic. Wherein those challenges we have faced within the Filipino communities were hard to understand, and so many variables. Such challenges include the loss of several jobs of our compatriots from COVID-19 and whose families back home remain in our thoughts. While at times, these challenges have undoubtedly been difficult and perhaps even overwhelming, I personally pushed forward and continued to serve for the Filipinos in Bahrain by unlocking the exceptional opportunities and learning the fundamental skills virtually. I initiated the programs and of course to equip them with knowledge, skills, and other areas of inclusions to meet the demand and skill who could strive globally. I enormously encourage the trainers to innovate and share our knowledge in delivering technically and theoretically complex courses. Whatever courses students have finished, I believe many of them will be starting of those entry-level jobs that will help them. During you mentioned in April 2020, I initiated to extend in-kind support to some of the Filipinos who were affected by the pandemic. Remarkably, one of my platforms being used in seeking assistance from other well-off Filipinos in Bahrain was through my social media program named Shout Out Bahrain. That most noble task of mine have had a rightful effect in our charity works, not only in Bahrain, but in the Philippines as well. In fact, last November 2020, the same program had fortunately garnered donations for the victims of the Typhoon Ulysses, which brought things down over the heads of Filipinos, particularly in Cagayan. The donations were distributed in collaboration with the local officials of Cagayan municipality. Likewise, in the first quarter of 2020, I, along with the FI students, took a paramount contribution through my leadership in helping those who have suffered losses brought on by the eruption of the Taal volcano in the Philippines. As a team player, I should stand strong to provide equal future for all amidst the COVID pandemic, despite of many things happening in our institution. Even under pressure and stress, I still managed to put on a smile and carry out the tasks with ease and calmness. It is exciting to think of so many ways that I would be able to contribute to other Filipino organizations in Bahrain. Lastly, this global pandemic implores us to construct new narrative to our common humanity that must overcome this pandemic together. It also implores us to keep rebuilding our structures of international institutions. The pandemic implores us not to abandon this institution, but reform them to serve human needs and purposes in response to global challenges and provide equal opportunities for all. Thank you.
To evaluate Ma'am Jem, Toastmaster Daisy.
True hero isn't measured by the size of his strength, but by the strength of his heart. TM Jem, thank you for sharing your very inspiring speech to us this afternoon. The speech that talks about the heroic deeds, your heroic deeds during this time of pandemic. It is indeed very inspiring. I realize that Darna, Wonder Woman, and other heroines are not only visible on TV or movies, but they are real. These are people who, despite their own weaknesses and limitations, they strive their best to, to help those who are in need. What I really like best about your speech, I like the vocal variety, the clarity when you pronounce the words. You have a very clear enunciation because I was able to understand every word that came out of your mouth. Every word was very clear, very crisp, pronounced well. And also your facing. Your facing is very commendable also because you delivered your speech in not a very slow manner and not so fast also, as if you're in a hurry. No, it's commendable facing. And another commendable thing is the content of your speech. I can say I mentioned a while ago at the start that it's really encouraging and very inspiring. And you have the well-organized speech that could, if you are the one listening, you can understand right away. It's very clear. But though it was already very good, but my humble suggestions, and I hope that you can incorporate this one to better yourself, to improve next time that you will deliver your next speech. I noticed that while you were delivering your speech, you kept on looking at your script, at your copy. So hopefully next time you will find time also to master your piece or your script, so that instead of looking at the script, you will have the chance also to look at your audience. Okay, and if you could stand up also while delivering the speech, so we can have the total picture of Miss Jem or TM Jem while you will giving your speech, so we can see also your hand gestures and all. Okay, I can see that. I know that you were nervous when you delivered your speech, but you have this. I can sense that you have this confidence, and that is already your asset. Then you have to maximize that, give that asset, because a speaker cannot be a good speaker without confidence. So the first thing that you are going to do if you're a speaker, you have really to conquer your fear. And today I can say that you conquered your fear. I know that you were what do you call this one? You were a little bit fearful, but you showed confidence while delivering the speech. So if I will sum it up, I can say that the speech was very inspiring, okay, because of the content of the speech. And we are truly inspired today that I realized that I asked myself, what have I done this time of pandemic, just like Miss Jem. You really inspired me with that speech. And your vocal variety, again, as I mentioned a while ago, was very commendable because every word was clear. You have this gift, no? You can pronounce, your enunciation is very clear. So keep it up. That's very commendable. So back to you, and I hope that in the future you will keep inspiring people because you are a very inspiring person, woman. So that is your gift, and you can be a blessing to others by being an inspiring person. So back to you, TMR.